Hello everyone, welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. All right, so this is kind of a 2-for-1 here. Mostly I want to talk about DIRECTV. DIRECTV looking to sell. We've discussed this before, but basically the topic keeps coming up and it looks like it's probably going to be something real. I just don't know exactly when, and I don't know exactly who would be interested in buying. Now, we did talk about the possibility of Dish Network purchasing, and the reason would be is simply because AT&T wants to shed the rest of their shares. They want out. DIRECTV has lost a lot of customers. It looks like we got a report back in March that DIRECTV lost 1.8 million subscribers in 2023. Now, interestingly, they still have more subscribers than Dish Network. They have 11.3 million subscribers, and Dish has about 6.5 million subscribers. So if Dish were to purchase DIRECTV, they would be getting a lot of customers, at least temporarily. How many of those customers are going to stay is the great unknown, right? A lot of them may flee immediately because of disagreements with the way Dish Network operates their business. They may not like the business model. They may not like the pricing. They may not simply like the entertainment that is being offered, the whole package, whatever it is, right? A lot of customers are fleeing the live TV scene. They're going to on-demand, or they're simply just cutting the cord altogether and just streaming stuff online for free, maybe just watching YouTube. It's a different world. It's 2024. People are looking for different ways. There's a lot more options than it was 15 years ago when live TV was really, more in demand, when more customers were more interested in this type of programming. Not to say that there's not customers that still dig it. There are some customers that are still interested, which is why we still see a decent amount of customers when you really think about it and break it down. People that are paying for cable live TV, it's not cheap. So we're looking at DIRECTV with still, hanging around 11.3, 11.4 million subscribers, $90 a pop or whatever it is that they're paying for that. It's not chump change. They're still making money. It's a very competitive market. And there are a lot of people that are simply just not interested in that type of programming anymore. And they're simply not interested in paying big money for it. There's a lot of people that have left comments that said they'd be interested in watching live TV if there weren't ads, or if, it was cheaper or something to that extent. Now, I agree. I mean, it's hard to pay $100 for something when you're just sitting through advertisements, when you can get similar content for free if you're going to watch advertisements, or you can pay less and get no advertisements if it's more in demand, on demand type of programming. So with that being said, who would be interested, right, in buying DIRECTV in this competitive market? I don't really know. I think really there's only a handful of companies. It would probably be a company like Dish Network who would simply just be using it to buy time. Dish Network would be looking to capitalize as fast as they can because they're short on cash flow with deadlines that they have to meet. Now, purchasing would just basically be extending their debt is basically all they would be doing, but they would be moving money around, and they could hopefully try to raise some money quickly off of the remaining customers that stick around for the time being, however long that they're willing to stay. They would be gaining a lot of those subscriptions, and I don't know how many people would cancel that quickly. It might take a month or two, a couple of months. So I think they're going to try, if interested, they'll try to capitalize as quickly as they can, get their money together, and, try to pay down some debts. Now, it's a really interesting thing here. I don't really see any other way for this to go down. I don't really know what other company would really want to get their hands dirty with all of this. It's going to be a tricky thing to see. Now, I think that's part of the problem why, DIRECTV hasn't really sold off just yet. They're not sure who to sell it to. Dish has expressed interest, but are they really that interested in taking on more problems? Maybe. Like I said, if they can find a way for it to benefit them, at least for the time being, it's something that might actually go through. To be fair, I really don't see much competition for DIRECTV, Dish Network, or any live TV programming at this current point. I think there would have to be a complete reevaluation of pricing, and I think that there would have to be a complete turnaround of how the business model works. I think the only way customers are really going to be interested in live TV in 2024, 2025 going forward is if things have changed the presentation of it. Let's say you are someone that does like live TV. Let's say you like the Discovery Channel or the History Channel or the HGTV channel. Maybe you make some kind of deal where it's like $20, $25 a month and you let your customer pick, I don't know, 50 to 70 channels that they like. And then maybe you have more of a bargain for your customers. You can choose, the customer can choose the channels that they actually want rather than you forcing them to watch whatever you have put in, in a list for them. So let's say I like Discovery. Let's say I like History. Let's say I like the Food Network or whatever it is. I can choose from, say, 200 cable channels and, basically it's a mix and match. And then I pay whatever, $20, $25 a month for that. And I have about 70 channels of what I want, the channels that I want. Now, maybe, I don't know, the movie channels might be a little rough because they have to pay extra to the studios. We know how Hollywood goes. They want what they want, and that's just the way it is. But at the very least, if you can choose the exact channels that you're going to watch, these are channels that you're going to watch, they might have a better chance of getting some new customers and certainly retaining them. So it might be just a little bit more competitive in today's market. What would be even better is if you can switch those channels from month to month. So let's say, maybe not every month, but offer something where it's like, okay, every other month you can switch out a few channels. You can swap 3 channels for something new. Some kind of creative idea like that where it might make yourself a little bit more valuable to consumers, because otherwise I don't think they're going to last. Like, a lot of you have left comments down below saying that you don't watch live TV. You don't see the value in it. You're not paying for, big money to watch advertisements. You simply don't feel like there's even anything you're interested in anymore. But there are a handful of people that like it. Now, the age can vary, right? Sometimes it could be a younger generation. It can be an older generation. It can be in between. There's no really telling who's interested in it. Like, I like certain programs that someone older than me may not like. I like certain programs that someone younger than me may not like. So we can't really tell who's interested, but there are customers that are still interested. But again, it's a dying breed. It's a dying breed because it's too expensive and there's not enough flexibility with these types of programs. The way things used to be where, live TV was basically all you had. It was way before you could go online and stream whatever you wanted. Yes, we always had ways to get streaming done, right? There was websites we can go to, and we all know the workarounds. But we're talking about actual pay live TV. It's not really a thing anymore. And I think the only way it can remain somewhat relevant is if they have to do something different. They have to compromise with the customer. They have to bring the prices down, and they have to give the consumer, you guys, more options. Give some flexibility. Allow you to choose the channels you want. Allow you to choose, just to maybe swap out once in a while if you're bored so you don't lose interest and cancel. Like, let's say you've been watching, I don't know, Discovery for 3 months and you're sick of it. You're bored of it. It's the same thing over and over again. Maybe you swap it out, like I said, for another channel. And let the consumer do that, once every quarter or something like that. And you might have more of a better retention. You might have more interested customers that stick around if they have that option. I'm not saying that's going to save them. Maybe not. But I think it's really the only way that they might have a chance. Otherwise, I think people are just going to keep cutting. And soon enough, they're going to keep cutting from everything. Netflix, consumers are leaving Netflix. Consumers are leaving Hulu Plus. They're leaving Disney Plus. At some point, all this stuff just becomes repetitive. It's the same stuff being shown over and over again, and your subscription payment is going up. So you're paying more pretty much for the same content every month, and there's tons of ways to get free content out there And a lot of you don't even watch some of this stuff, right? You're on YouTube most of the time. So you're paying for subscriptions to whatever it is, Peacock or whatever service it is that you're watching, and you never really watch it. So this is the problem here, and this is the biggest problem with live TV. Many consumers don't even watch it, and they're not interested enough, and it's expensive. So interesting to me because I know DirecTV is interested in selling, but I don't really know who wants it other than maybe, Dish. And then again, if Dish buys it, I see it as just them trying to put a Band-Aid on a wound temporarily so they can maybe try to capitalize quickly as possible, take all those payments from the current subscribers. And then I don't know. It would maybe help them in some way if DirecTV bows out because it'll be less competition. DirecTV is giving them a run for their money. They have more subscribers than them. So them sticking around is probably hurting them because they would get more of those customers that actually do like the traditional live TV. Now, if they were to take over, restructure a little bit, maybe get a little more creative with how their offering is, get a little bit more competitive with their pricing, maybe they can stick around for a while. They can be one of the big top dogs for, traditional live TV. That could work. That could be a good way for them to maybe make a little money, and it might last for a while. How long, I don't really know. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that, let you guys know. I'm sure you've heard about this. We've talked about this here, DirecTV looking to sell. With a loss of 1.8 million subscribers, it's easy to see why they want to do it because, it's just not enough money. And AT&T really wants to just get out and focus back on, fiber, the more profitable things, fiber, wireless. They can use that money to do better things. So I don't blame them. They bought it at a rough time. It wasn't good. Live TV was already going down a tube. And I'm really surprised that they still have as many customers as they do. That's why I think if it was restructured a little bit, they might be able to keep some of these customers that are fleeing. Because at the end of the day, many of you have raised interesting questions. A lot of people are leaving to cut the cord, and they're going to different streaming services. Peacock, Hulu Plus, Disney Plus, YouTube TV, Philo TV, Sling TV, whatever your interest is, because you're trying to save some money and get some programming that you're more interested in. But then some of you are saying, well, you have to sign up for more than one because, they're very slick, these companies. They don't put all the good channels in one, and they don't offer all the good channels in one. See, at least with live TV from DirecTV, you can get a package with all your channels. Most likely it has everything you want. Might cost you a little bit, but you get everything you want. As where now you're like going through 3 or 4 different subscriptions. And really at the end of the day, you're pretty much paying just as much and you have more headaches. You have more notifications coming in. You have more terms and conditions changing from different companies. Prices are changing from different companies. So it's more to track, more headaches, more things to worry about. And then God forbid you have to cancel 3, 4 companies to argue with rather than just one cable company. And we see the prices are changing. They're being real slick with it. They're starting it, at a value for you, 1 year, 12 months, you're getting $20 a month. And then before you know it, it's 35 and then 40, and then they're taking away your channels. So at the end of the day, it really is all balancing out. That's why I think cable is not completely dead, but I think they're going to have to restructure. Something like I said would be a good option. I'm not saying that's the answer. I'm saying that's one way to look at it. There are certainly other things they can do, but they definitely got to compromise with some pricing and they got to give the consumer more options. That's all it's about now. If you even notice, a lot of channels, a lot of networks are offering free services now. Sling TV, free stream. Philo is going to be launching 70 channels for free. Why? Because they're basically trying to serve it to traditional cable. They're going to be giving you free channels. You're going to watch ads, and they're going to get paid off of the ads. You will be paying no subscriptions, and you will be seeing free content. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what what is live TV, DirecTV, Dish Network? What are they going to do? How are they going to compete with that? Now, some of their TV channels and their programming is going to be a little bit better. They'll have that. But is it that much better to pay so much more for some customers? But there are a lot of customers that are just going to sit back and say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not paying $90 a month to watch one or two channels that I can find somewhere else or similar somewhere else. That's how I look at this. That's how I look at it. You can simply see that people are cutting the cord from live TV and they're cutting the cord from on-demand TV. This is basically, we're going into cord cutting 3.0 at this point. It was 1.0, 2.0, and we just jumped. We kind of skipped right past 2.0. We went through it quickly. And we're already at 3.0 where people are just not paying for anything now. They're just going to take advantage of the free stuff. They're going to watch ads because you're going to pay for the ads anyway. And even if you were using a service like Peacock or something else, and you pay for the no ad version, which there's ads on Peacock too. But let's say it's a streaming service that doesn't have the ads. You're going to pay. You're not going to pay. You're not going to pay. You're going to go with the free stuff. Maybe you'll sit through an ad or two. Save yourself $25, $30, $40 a month. It's not for everybody, but there's going to be certainly a lot of customers that are interested. And that's why these are getting more and more popular. You know, companies like Pluto started a very big trend, offering a lot of stuff, a little bit of ads, you pay nothing. Again, may not have all the content you want, but if you don't really watch the stuff anyway, you're on YouTube most of the day, you're not even going to notice, right? That's another thing. So we'll see. Interesting stuff here, though. Nonetheless, I think so. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.